my job, number one. Number two, as far as even a legal opinion, all I do is give them the law and what it says. So I don't know what, I'm not ever going to be able to send a letter. I'm just being upfront with you. I'm not going to beat around the bush. And I want to be fair to you because it sounds like you're getting the runaround for sure. But it's not for me. Every time you call, I talk to you, and like I said, I mean, I've got, Scott is working on that. He's at a jury trial, and it's not, I'm not trying to prolong the situation, but we've got a bunch of other stuff. He's working on it, though. He's been working on it. He went out there to Push County and had Jimmy take him out to the actual side of where all this is at to try to better assist you and make sure that he does the right opinion. But it's going to take time, and he's not done. I don't know what else to tell you. But as far as...
Well, now that you mentioned that, that makes me curious. An opinion, what would his opinion be based on?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, she's saying 24 feet, right?
Well, no, his opinion will be based on the fact of what's the best way to approach an issue where the judge has made a ruling that maybe we disagree with.
Another situation you run into is you keep almost hitting cows and the cattle guards keep breaking out there. I believe even the Sheriff's Department has now, after months of research, finally admitted that the law has went into effect since 1966, long before the Kirkes even bought that property. Their final decision, as a lawyer you'll find this interesting, I would think, is they admit it's the law, they refuse to enforce it, and if I want it enforced, I'll have to sue them in the county.
That's amazing to me. Hold on one second, all right?
What I was trying to tell you is that the Kirkes were out there digging fence post holes so that they can go in and put the fence in tomorrow. But the width between those poles is only 20 feet wide, not 24, like the judge ordered.
I don't understand. Put a fence up where?
On both sides of Buddy Remy Road.
Okay, on both sides of Buddy Remy Road, where? On 4478 or 1650?
I don't know. I'm told that they may have even put holes across your driveway to fence that off. Like I said, I haven't been up to North End. I don't know what we're dealing with here, but that's what I've been told. Is that the roads that the judge ordered on to be 24 feet based on the easement, the 24 feet, they're only putting it 20 feet across.
If they're doing that, then they're blocking my ingress and egress of the legal statutory easement.
That's what I said. That it looks like they put holes in there to do off your driveway. I'm letting you know this so that you can talk to your attorney and see if you can get some kind of injunction to stop them before it goes any further.
You're saying that on Road 4478,
yes,
the Kirkes are drilling post holes along the road.
Yes.
And they've put them in front of my gate hole.
That's what it looks like. What they're trying to do is put up a fence on both sides of the road, but they're not doing it wide enough for the actual road itself. They're shortening the width of the road.
How can they legally shorten the width of the road?
Sir, I'm not a part of this lawsuit, but it looks like the judge said the road needed to be 24 feet, and they're not giving you that, and so I'm letting you know that you can take the appropriate steps.
Oh, well, I appreciate that. I just would think that somebody would call the sheriff's office.
The sheriff's office needs an injunction to stop that. I'm telling you so that you can get the injunction to have the sheriff's office go out there and do it.
Right, okay, I understand. But you see what I'm saying. If I'm getting the proper picture from you,
yeah.
One, that road's going to end up being 33 feet, but I won't argue that right now. But even at 24 feet, you say they're going against that, and then it's going to cause a problem with the power line people, the phone line people, and all the other people that have easements in these utility easements across the road. I mean, how could the commissioner maintain the culverts that way?
Well, I'm told that the road itself at 20 feet across is not wide enough for two cars to pass, so...
Right. No.
There may even be other problems even besides whether or not the county can be able to maintain the road. So
if he does this, how does he expect everybody else that owns land down there to drive back and forth to their house?
I don't know.
I would think that'd be a big problem with people having head-on collisions and things.
Yeah. Well, sir, I've got a incoming call. Can you talk to your attorney and see what you're going to do?
Okay.
Thank you.
I very much appreciate the call.
Bye.
Bye.
Gary, this is Jimmy Long, the county commissioner.
Yeah.
I spoke with Matthew Sheets earlier, and he said there was nothing inappropriate about me speaking to you at this point on this lawsuit deal. And I explained to him what I come up here and found today, and it really disturbed me because I saw the Kirkes up here drilling holes 20 feet apart from each other. They're narrowing this road down, and they put posts right in front of your gates. And so I called the district attorney and asked him if we could file an injunction. He said that he was going to speak to you about you doing it on your end. And so anyway, he told me that he just called you And I just want to let you know that I'm starting to kind of feel for you. This is really, I'm kind of getting a little bigger picture and a little bit of understanding about this situation. And I've come up here and I've been looking at it today, and that's why I was up here today. I was looking at your situation because I know that it don't always look like I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, but I do a lot more behind the scenes than people realize. I'm trying to check in and form my own opinion of what's going on. And I believe you're kind of getting the raw end of the deal. And so anyway, I talked to Kirkes, and I kind of expressed my concern that I didn't think that they were doing right, but they didn't really want to hear it. And you do whatever you feel like you need to do on this deal, but just 1 second, Kerry, I've got a radio. But anyway, I'm trying to not just stay in the middle of this as best I can, but these fence posts are going to make it impossible for me to blade the road and stuff. And so to prove to you that I'm not taking sides, I call the district attorney, and that's where we're at.
Why doesn't the sheriff go arrest him?
Well, at this time, all he did is drill holes in the road, but that's not right. And I don't know, Kerry. I talked to the district attorney about that. And did you ask him that question?
Yeah, and he said they wanted me to file an injunction. I could talk to the lawyer about that, but, I mean, look at it from my point of view. Why do I have to pay my attorney to keep some crazy guy from narrowing the road? I mean, that's nuts. If I did that, I'd be arrested.
Right. Well, let me tell you, if he puts, and I understand they're going to come in here tomorrow and start putting some posts up, and the county's going to be closed tomorrow. And if he comes up here and puts posts up, I'm sure that the district attorney will have to do something to make him remove them. But at this point, as a commissioner, all I can do is report this stuff to our legal counsel. The legal counsel can pursue it or not pursue it, and I'm kind of got my hands tied. But I'll do whatever's right, Kerry, and I'll pursue this. You know, do whatever I got to do. He acts like he's mad at the county now because he says that we're making the road too wide, and he can't get in and out. You know, that he doesn't want the road any wider. How are you getting into your property?
The only way I am allowed to go to my property is the good graces of my neighbor. I go through her land.
Oh my.
I have no legal access to my property. I've been locked off since last August, and the only way I'm ever able to go there is I go down an extremely narrow trail, because that's really what it is. Only a car will fit through it, across my neighbor's property with her permission.
The last time that you and I talked, I was under advisement of, I felt like I was anyway, that I wasn't supposed to speak to anybody on either party, you know, either side about this issue. But after talking to Mr. Sheets today, the district attorney, he says there's nothing inappropriate about me talking to you. So I just felt like I owed you the courtesy of at least calling you, and you know, if I'm going to be able to call you, I should be able to tell you what I feel. And I just feel like that this is not appropriate. I spoke with Mr. Nelson today, Orville Nelson, and Orville feels like that you're a pretty good guy and that you've been really gave the short end of the stick, and he just can't understand this either. But Gary, I don't know at this point what I can or I can't do, but I'm not going to go down easy about these posts in the road. I will do what I can to get them removed. All I can tell you is that the only legal authority I have is to go to the district attorney and request that the district attorney either do an investigation or send the sheriff out to investigate it or file charges, and I have done that.
I don't understand how he can decide how wide the road that the county has maintained since the 60s and serves many people's homes. Who is he to decide how wide the road is?
Well, according to that court order, the judge calls me, or not the judge, but the judge told the DA, and the DA told me that the road could not be any narrower than the bridge that I put in, which was 24 feet.
Right. Well, the problem you're going to run into with that is it's on the county inventory is 33 feet. And
you know, I believe that we should have 33 feet. I really do. I believe because it's been on the county inventory. I really, at this point, don't know what to do, Kerry. I really don't. But I'm not going to stand still. I'm going to start. I'm going to do something. I'm not just sure what it will be yet. But I'm not going to allow these posts to be out in the road if it's anything within my authority. I'm not going to allow it. Well, Kerry, I don't know what I can do to help you. I only want to do what's right for both sides. But this is not right. What's going on? By no means. That little piece of stretch of ground that they're claiming between you and your fence is not enough dirt. It's not a spoonful of dirt. It's not even worth arguing over. And this thing has caused both of y'all a lot of grief. And they would have been a lot better off if they'd have just gave it to you.
Doring,
Yes,
how are you doing today?
I'm doing fine. I was just talking with the county commissioner on your case earlier today.
Uh-huh. Did he talk to you about the access for a gate hole in my land?
Yeah, yeah.
And does he now understand that I have legal access through there?
I think so.
Okay, because you told me I just kept running in a circle where you couldn't initiate, you said, but I couldn't get him to call, but now
Well, I can just give him advice. I mean, I keep telling them that. Like, we cannot tell you what to do.
And?
Well, he had a couple of other statutes he wants me to look at to try and pressure the situation.
So what have you come up with, basically? You're pretty much done with it, right?
Yeah. It's, you know, I think we've got a pretty good case. There are some criminal things I could pursue, but I don't think we're going to. I think we're just going to go ahead and file, you know, as to, you know, we're not bound by the earlier decision, except to the extent that it's a public road. Or we want to use that, but as to the width of it, we've got all, you know, the things on our side. We're not bound by the court's decision. I would like to get this, you know, done sooner rather than later, and I definitely want to get done. You know, I would like to have have it done today, but people just keep committing crimes, and
I know that a lot of them seem to happen at my place, but nothing seems to get done about it.
yeah.
In this decision, have you taken care of the problem with the cattle guards also?
I hadn't thought about that, but you know, it would. Things should have been done differently a long way back.
Right.
And you know, I'm having to deal with that, and the cattle guard. I don't know if that's something I need to deal with.
If you don't deal with it, I promise you it's coming right back up.
Okay.
I promise you that's coming right back up. Because I don't see a legal stance where they can say an illegal cattle guard can stay on the road when the law of '66 made it illegal for cows to even be on the road.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel like that needs to be dealt with.
Well, sir, I do need to cut you off. I'm sorry, but I need to get back to keeping people in jail.
All right, well, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
So I think you're going to agree with me that even at 24 feet, everyone's surveys clearly show that I have a right to put a gate hole into my property?
I believe so.
Okay, then what I would ask you to do for me, if you would please, is could you contact Mr. Long and tell him that, in your opinion, all the surveys show that I have a right to put a gate hole into my property?